Hello, it's day 133 of Hey, What Are You Doing Today? And walking out to the truck, I realized today that I've said before, I think a lot of times we're all guilty of saying it, that time is flying by. It's like, wow, it's already whatever. There's just that saying, that feeling, that sense that time is flying by. And I was thinking about it, and since I started this project, time has really slowed down. And I don't know if it's that I'm paying it, that I've broken out of the zombie mold and I'm paying attention, or if I can. The reason, I guess the reason I say that is I think back to when this started, and it feels like it's already been a year, and here it's only 133 days. What, a little over 4 months, and at wow, I just realized that might be what is that, a third of the way through? Anyway, but at 4 months, I can feel each one of those months. I sense the changes that have occurred. I sense the struggles that I've gone through, and the growth that I've I don't know what the word is for that, but the growth I've undergone, and time isn't flying by. It's keeping my nose to the grindstone. I know I still got 200 plus days of this, and that's really peculiar to me to think of. 200 plus days of this project that I've been working on. I've got 130 under my belt, and I'm not even halfway there, and it feels like a year has already gone by. So I guess just constantly breaking out of that zombie cycle and really paying attention to what I'm doing and really trying to make progress towards something and work on something every day has really kind of woken me up. And I'm not just living life through the mechanical side of things, and I'm really experiencing and feeling life. And I guess part of the reason that I bring that up, well, not only was it just something that hit me when I was walking out here, but today I bought a trumpet. Interestingly enough, I don't know, it's another side effect that's coming from this, is all of a sudden I'm starting to have new interest in things that just probably wouldn't have interested me before. The trumpet, I want to start doing a little bit. I want to start researching golf. I think that all of a sudden now I'm going to really enjoy golf. I mean, that never appealed to me before. Playing a trumpet never really appealed to me before. I've learned bits and pieces of a few instruments over my lifetime, and I understand the energy and the joy of that. But I recently started liking jazz a lot more. I was always kind of okay with jazz, not loved it, not hated it, but now I kind of really enjoy it when I hear it. And just the thought of picking up a trumpet and being able to, on a late night sitting outside, being able to just piece together some free jazz, just that whole element is gorgeous, and it's something to concentrate on, something to work on, something to overcome, and something to achieve. It's got all those elements to it. So I went out and bought probably the ugliest trumpet that I've ever seen in my life, and something about that kind of appeals to me too. It's take all that thing, different foods that I'm experiencing, different ways I'm enjoying that. The cigars I've gotten into, and again, I've got that pretty under control. It's not something to go hog wild with, but it's something that's enjoyable. It's like having a nice glass of wine here and there. I'm not a wine drinker. I'll take a nice glass of scotch any day. But just those elements, just seeing myself going through changes. The other thing I was thinking, now all of a sudden I'm really curious I want to work on a machine. I don't know why. I've been around people when they were working on cars, and it was always let's say, for example, a car, it was always the last thing I wanted to do. It's like I would tell myself I don't have the patience, or it'll frustrate me, or I can see how it comes apart, but as soon as I put a wrench on it and try to bust that bolt loose, I'm going to screw something up. These are all conversations that I would have in my head, and now it's kind of like, what, I want to understand the meditative art kind of side of it, of looking at something and figuring out how it comes apart and actually doing it, actually taking it apart, and cleaning it, getting something working again. I may do that with this trumpet. That might be a good way to start. It's not a machine, but it's it's got a lot of components and a lot of pieces, and probably hasn't been cleaned since 1965. The guy that I purchased it from said he actually was the first and only owner of it, and he bought it brand new when he was in high school in the 60s. So probably hasn't been cleaned since then either. But so I may take it apart and figure out how it works and put it back together. I was never into that kind of thing. I never had the patience for it. However, I can tell, I can sense, I can feel that I've grown, that I can overpower those weaker sides of myself now, as far as doing something like that, as far as undertaking something like that. So I think I'll make that little project, take the Trumpet apart and clean it up and put it back together, and just for the experimental side of having the patience to do it and figuring out how it works, and enjoying the puzzle of it. I don't know if I'll jump right into working on a car engine, but if something comes up, I think that I might just might start changing my oil on my own, something just as simple as that, and enjoying that for what it is, and the patience that's required for that, and the understanding and the thought process, and all those kind of things, just things that never appeal to me. So I guess that just another side of things that I wasn't anticipating with this endeavor is feeling myself grow, feeling myself change, feeling my interest change, feeling things that wouldn't have sparked my interest are creating generating a curiosity to them. And that's, I think a lot of it too comes from not so much, well, it's probably just as much, the things that I'm listening to, or the things that I'm reading, or the things that I'm learning, but also just eating better and being in a better physical shape and having a little bit more clarity of mind, and not feeling bogged down or tired, or all those things that come with being out of shape or eating poorly. It's really just kind of sparked it. I just feel refreshed. I just feel good. I feel, it's 133 days into it, and it's just almost at peace. I wouldn't say I'm 100% at peace by any means. There's still a lot of negative dialogue I need to clean up. A lot of things going on that I need to take care of. But I mean, the huge steps that I've made, especially here within the last couple days or weeks, I mean, just this feeling that's overcome me is really powerful. And also just things that I realized that I want to work on. How can I strengthen my memory? I noticed that that's a weak point that I have, that I don't remember things very well. And there's a communication thing. I say I don't remember things very well. I can change that. I do remember things very well. I need to start practicing and start working on being able to remember things very well. My brain functions. It's just a matter of training it or retraining it to do something that, for whatever reason, I never used it for, or never really emphasized a strength that I had. And it's amazing, the resilience of the brain, of the mind, and how that goes hand in hand with the body, with what I'm experiencing now. But I mean, if you would have told me a year ago I wanted to take a Trumpet apart and figure out how it worked, I would like, why would I waste my time with that? That has no bearing. I'll get it apart and I'll never be able to put it back together. But now I may even go home this evening and take it apart and take a look at all the pieces and see what I've really got. Seems like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but how odd is that? I mean, when I'm at day 266, if I've changed this much, and I know I'm speaking to myself here, but anybody out there that's watching this really has no idea what I'm talking about in terms of a way to measure how much I've changed. But to me, I've changed this much in 133 days. I mean, 266 days. If I can double, or is it gonna be exponential? I mean, where am I gonna be at from here? The other thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm having the worst month I've had in 4.5, at least 4 years. Here, I'm probably not going to make any money this month. I'm probably going to be quite behind on money, and for the next month coming up, I'll prepare for that. Some of my financial goals are gonna take a hit next month, and you know what? I'm not bothered by it really in the slightest. One of those things that would have been overwhelming or consuming, consuming me before, and now it's just like just let it go. I'm not dwelling on it. I'm not. It's just it's kind of perfect that it came up this way. And again, there's something to the ether when you ask the ether for help, and you put it out there that you want to make a change. The ether does exactly what it has to do for me to go through that experience. Now here I am. The job is falling apart. And doesn't matter, you know. It just doesn't matter. I'm that close to being at peace that, you know, I'll get through it, you know. So it's happening for a reason, and the reason is to alleviate that stress and have the freedom and the mental outlook, and, you know, just whatever. It's all good. I mean, life continues on, and, you know, it's not my biggest goal to make a ton of money right now. And my biggest goal is to create a person that can make a ton of money and enjoy what he's doing, and enjoy his life. You know, and those kind of things. You know, it's not just paying my bills. You know, so what? And that's good. That's a good feeling to have. You know, not necessarily a good feeling if I were to let myself go and have creditors call me, that kind of thing. But I'm not worried about that. It's not going to happen, and I'm aware that's not going to happen. I'm aware that this is a lesson, and I'm aware that I'm handling it really well, and I also recognize that that's from all the hard work that I've done, that I can be in this position where, you know, at the end of this month, if I don't have any money, so what? I got a trumpet, you know. I'll hang out and just play the blues, man. Just play the blues. But anyway, that's day 133. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.